Welcome to your daily horoscope for Wednesday, February 19th, 2020. My name is Lori and I'm your astrologer with Magic Me Scopes, here to bring you the energy update for the day. Today is a little bit more of a muddy day. I call it a muddy day because we have the moon in Capricorn, which is an earth sign, and the sun has just moved into Pisces. So we have water energy and earth energy with the moon and the sun, and it kind of makes mud when you think about it. Today is definitely more of a test day, more of a challenging test day of our determination and what we can do moving forward. We're not in a place of knowing all of the answers yet. And if you've been watching my daily videos, you've understood that we are in a Mercury Retrograde. We are having some aspects with it to the North Node, which are going to give us some clues as to what our future is moving forward, where our life purpose is, where we're supposed to go, but we don't have all the answers yet. And when the energy is like this, we are supposed to be experiencing what's going on. We're in a learning phase. The moon is in a waning phase. And when it's waning, it's in a more learning phase. So we've got to go through things on our own to experience them so that when we do move into our future or move forward, we're ready, we're prepared. For what? We don't know. But right now, going through all the experiences with the best attitude we can and a positive attitude will definitely help us for the future. Now, I'm going to tell you something a little bit funny. Before I became a certified astrologer, I was very into astrology. I mean, I was into astrology from when I was younger, and I would read books and I would read everything about it. So people used to ask me, oh, what is this with my sign? And what is this with my sign? And I would easily, within the sun signs, be able to give a little bit about, somebody's personality or what it was like. And people who were Pisces would say to me, oh, I'm a Pisces. What am I like? And I used to say, you're miserable. And they would go, you're right. And I realized in studying astrology that it's not that Pisces are miserable. It's just that Pisces are a much more spiritual sign. And Pisces takes on a lot from other people. Think about a fish in the water. They're taking on, the water's flowing through them as they're living their life and going through. So Pisces does bear a little bit more on their shoulders. They are a lot more emotional. And this energy, that miserable, I'm taking on too much, I'm holding the weight of the world, why is everything happening to me? Why do I have to do everything? Why is this one doing this and I'm still here? All of that type of energy is going to be felt by us, especially today. And when you think about that, we're truly being tested on if we do have that willpower, determination, and work ethic to move forward when we actually know what that forward's going to be. Like, we might get some intuitive messages right now on putting us on a path to go towards some direction. And then you get excited about it and you get passionate about it and you start to do it. And if you still have that fire there, well, it actually turns and develops into something. But if you're doing it and it starts to fizzle out, well, maybe it wasn't the right path. So we're kind of in that phase right now. And when you think about how hard these tests can be, what they can feel like, I'll just bring up studying astrology. So when you're studying astrology, you are really excited about it, you're passionate about it, you want to know more. So you go into a course or you get a book and you start to read about sun signs and you're like, great, I've got this. And then you start to read about rising signs and you're like, all right, I've got this too. And then you read about moon signs and you're like, I've really got this. And then you start to move into aspects. And then you start to do a little bit of math. And then you have to, find the aspect lines where they're going. You work more with the degrees. There's a little bit more understanding. There's the waning and waxing experiences. There's all these other angles to it. And that's when you might go, this is a little too much. I kind of don't want to do this anymore, right? Or even if you were studying for something, you get to the point where you're like, I can't anymore. It's like so much. I'm so overwhelmed. I can't. And this is that energy right now. This is exactly what we're going through, where there is so much that we have to do. There is so much we are doing. There is so much we want to do. There is so much that you might be thinking about in your head that you need to go forward with. And you're like, how am I going to do that? Well, the answer is you're just going to. Because if you really want it and that's where you're supposed to be going to, you're going to be given the boost and the energy to keep pushing you and powering you through. Mars in Capricorn will give us that determination to move forward. It will give us the confidence. It will give us the energy. It will give us the work ethic to actually put something on paper and then have it be put out into the world, ready to go as a finished product. There are no products being finished right now. There is nothing in a final stage that we are in right now. We are in a learning phase. We are in a processing phase. We are in an integration phase where we're bringing in all these things that we used to have with what we want to do moving forward. Maybe, we don't know, an inkling where we're going to go. And now how do we bring that all together? And this also means that with this process, there has to be some releasing as well. We're moving towards a balsamic or a dark moon phase starting into tomorrow and towards the weekend. So when that comes, there's a release. We started something, we tried something, and now something is going to be released so that that story can finally end and the new story can begin. If we keep setting ourselves up in the old story that either we don't want to be in anymore, that is not working for us anymore, that is not working in general anymore, we're not going to allow new opportunities to open or anything new to come in because we're stuck in an old phase. So now's the time to start to think, what is not serving me anymore? What does not align with my path? What doesn't feel right? Pisces, feeling, intuition, the sun is there. Let all of those things happen. And remember, if you work towards something and you feel good when you're done, you did the right thing. If you work towards something and you're still exhausted and really can't see that future, that might be what has to be released. Okay, so going through now, we are not stopping. We are not just sitting and meditating today. We actually do have work to do. There's a lot of things to get done. So my advice is to you, try to power through your personal to-do list, your personal, I need to do this. It's kind of like that knowing, like I've got to pay this bill and I've got to get this somewhere by 3 o'clock. It's like those little things that you know. If you can get through those, you'll feel really good and you'll get a boost of energy that'll help you to continue forward. But if you don't and it just keeps dragging you down, we'll start to look and see if those are the things that maybe you have to start to release. If you like this video, please hit that thumbs up button. Better yet, subscribe, hit the notification bell so you'll be notified when I upload the next video, and I will see you again tomorrow.